Live from NBC 25 in Flint, this is Mid-Michigan Now.
Tonight, we're learning the man who was Michigan's first to be charged under the safe storage law has pleaded guilty to all charges. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Stella Daskalakis.
I'm Mike Woolfolk. Michael Tolbert was charged after his daughter, 4-year-old Skye McBride, picked up an unsecured loaded gun and shot herself in the eye. It happened last year on Valentine's Day, February 14, 2024.
It was one day after Michigan's new gun law went into effect. Mid-Michigan Now's Courtney Bennett is here with more. Courtney, you've spoken with the prosecutor. How much prison time is Tolbert expected to get?
According to prosecutor David Layton, he'll serve 11 years behind bars when he's sentenced next month. He was facing 9 charges. Layton telling me they reduced the first-degree child abuse charges to second-degree because under the law, first-degree has to show unintentional act. It was 24 hours after the safe storage law went into effect that this incident happened on Flint's north side. Skye, who picked up that gun, survived the shooting. However, she underwent multiple brain surgeries and had a prosthetic eye. Layton worked closely on the safe storage legislation with then State Representative Kristen McDonald-Rivets.
I think that one violation is too many, but I think that ultimately, as word gets out there, fewer and fewer people will leave their firearms unattended when there's kids in the house.
Layton says in this case he thinks justice was served. Michael Tolbert will be sentenced October 27th. He pled no contest on the charges. For now, live in the studio, Courtney Bennett, Mid-Michigan Now.
All right, Courtney, thank you for that update. A more than century-old hotel in downtown Clare has some extensive damage tonight after a minivan crashed right through the historic building's wall. Take a look at this video. This happened this morning at the Doherty Hotel, which is on 5th Street in Clare. These images show just how extensive that damage is. Police, in fact, called in a wrecker to pull the van from the building. Christopher Iris was nearby when the crash happened.
I am here talking to my girlfriend at the Pier Marquette Library. We're just having a normal conversation when next thing you know, I hear a bang at the loud Doherty, and there is a whole vehicle through the center of that Doherty, and it was very scary.
Hotel staff say the driver was taken to a hospital. There's no word on their condition. No one inside the hotel was hurt. Tonight, police are trying to figure out what caused the crash while crews begin work on fixing the damage. Oakland County deputies are investigating a deadly 3-car crash in Commerce Township. This happened Friday night on Pontiac Trail at Martin Parkway. The sheriff's office says a Lexus hit a Chevy Trax, which then hit a Honda. Now, the Chevy driver, 30-year-old Matthew Shackle, was dead at the scene. The Honda driver was a 64-year-old woman. She suffered minor injuries. A 54-year-old man was driving the Lexus. He suffered serious injuries in the crash. He is in police custody tonight. Investigators believe speed and alcohol are factors in that crash. All right, Eric, thank you. I want to give you a live look inside Flint City Council chambers now. City Council's Special Affairs Committee is meeting at this moment. Members are discussing whether to send resolutions to the full council for consideration. Now, during this committee meeting's public comment portion, there was much attention focused on First Ward Councilman Leon L. Alameen, who is facing assault and domestic violence charges. This is his first meeting appearance since those allegations surfaced. The regular council meeting will follow the committee meeting. We'll keep you updated on what happens here throughout the night.
This story has been developing for a week. Nurses continue to walk the picket line at Henry Ford Genesis Hospital. They say they are striking for better pay and more staff to take care of patients. The hospital says its staffing model is safe. Both sides met Friday but did not reach an agreement. They will be back at the bargaining table on Wednesday and again Friday if needed. A new groundbreaking effort will put a focus on cancer and Black women, who are more likely to die from most forms of the disease. The American Cancer Society is enrolling thousands of women nationwide in what they call the largest study of its kind. Mid-Michigan Now's Andrea Flores is here with more information. Andrea.
Stella, the study is called Voices of Black Women. It's a 30-year project aimed at understanding why Black women are facing higher death rates from breast cancer and other cancers, even when diagnosed at the same stage as their peers. For one breast cancer survivor in Flint, this mission is deeply personal.
The hardest part about my journey was really a lot of the unknowns. That subtype required an aggressive treatment plan. I did 15 rounds of chemotherapy.
Daria Ross is a 6-year triple-negative breast cancer survivor. Triple-negative breast cancer is one of the most aggressive types of cancer, and according to the American Cancer Society figures in 2024, Black women are more likely to be diagnosed with it. They also have the lowest survival rate for every known stage of breast cancer.
Other populations may get cancer at a slightly higher rate, but Black women were dying at a higher rate than all of their contemporaries, and that was concerning.
That search for answers led her to become an ambassador for Voices for Black Women, a nationwide study that will follow 100,000 women for over 30 years. Daria's job is to raise awareness to the study.
The goal of the study is for survivorship, and it's also to help better understand cancer risk, survivorship, and health conditions among women of color.
Dr. Latressa Gordon, who is also participating in the study, tells me on top of medical data, it will examine income, environment, and access to healthcare through a series of random surveys.
When people know better, they do better, and the outcomes are better.
That's hopefully going to answer a starting point of how we can improve healthcare and overall survival rate of cancer in Black women.
If you'd like to participate in Voices of Black Women study, it's simple. Women who meet the criteria can enroll online through the American Cancer Society. Participants must be between 25 and 55 years old and never have had cancer. We will post a link to join on the study on MidMichiganNow.com. In the studio, Andrea Flores, Mid-Michigan Now.
All right, Andrea, important information there. Thank you. If you park on downtown Flint streets, your free grace period is over, folks, and you have to pay up again. New parking meters are now up and running. Now, the pay stations are on both sides of each block. The rate is $1 an hour, and there is a 4-hour maximum on Saginaw Street. Brandy Curtis with the Flint Downtown Development Authority says the meters are based on license plates. So here's how it works. You type in your plate number at the pay box, and then you pay the parking fee.
Use either the mobile app, cash, which is $1 bills or $5 bills, and you can use the mobile app, which is Passport Mobile, where you can put in the zone, type in your license plate, and pay for it right there.
Now, if you happen to get a parking ticket, the DDA says it will go on your car. It will not come to you through the mail. It means you'll find it on your windshield. And you will pay the fines either at the DDA building on Church Street, or you can pay those fines through the DDA website. We do have a link to all this information available to you at MidMichiganNow.com.
And speaking of cars, we have some traffic alerts for you tonight. Both of them are related to resurfacing projects along M24, which are underway. One is in Lapeer County. Work will take place on M24 from M90 to Castle Road. The Michigan Department of Transportation says that work is expected to last through September 15th. The other project is in Tuscola County from M46 to Lobdell Road. Expected completion for that project is September 17th. MDOT says there will be single-lane closures during both projects. And right now, we are taking a look at traffic on I-675 in Saginaw. And as you see there, the cars are moving along nicely.